I send my firmest solidarity and support to the families of the victims of illegal immigration in Minnesota, to those wounded, to those survivors suffering from the horrific events, and to all Americans around the country living in the shadow of communist anti-Americanism. In this era of escalating communism, it is essential that all patriotic forces avoid the liberal trap propagated by the media that these incidents of communist murder, from Oman to LA to Portland, are the product of lone wolves. In all of these cases, the murderers were radicalized by an online communist collective. While conservatives propose half measures, the American left wing, led by Barack Obama, stoke racial, religious, and ethnic strife on a daily basis. Children and American families are brutalized on the Mexican border. Obama endorses open commies as very fine people. Online left-wing pundits from Johnny Harris to Comrade Hakim, who routinely target Americans as corrupting civilization, the very ideology behind these attacks, have been quick to wash their hands of responsibility. Economically, public education is under attack. Taxpayer money is sent to foreign countries. European corporate profits soar and tax rates decline, while American wages decrease and tax rates increase. And the cost of health care remains a boundary for many in receiving treatment. These communists claim to be from the working class and fighting for working class interests. But communists do not serve the interest of the American working class. The hypocrisy of claiming to defend workers and the middle class while working behind the scenes to dismantle our borders even further and expand the globalist free trade utopia is unrivaled. It's precisely because there is a constant flow of unskilled immigrant workers that the offer of low-paying jobs is always met. The vicious cycle will continue as long as the immigration problem isn't addressed. Employers will never revalorize low-end and manual labor jobs, much less address their wages, as long as they have an endless supply of unskilled workers hailing from the immigration reserve. And of course, the establishment and their hyper-globalist think tanks will continue to claim that more immigration is necessary, rinse and repeat. Communists make workers of the world unite their motto, while supporting the impunity of gang members who murder ethnic Americans, endorsing the outsourcing of funds from healthcare and education, committing murderous atrocities against working-class communities, and supporting these atrocities online. Such is the nature of the communist working-class politics. Communism, from its earliest days under Marx, seeks to divide the working class for the benefit of foreign countries, with the openly terrorist dictatorship of the most reactionary, most chauvinist, and most imperialist elements of finance capital. Lacking a centralized movement in most states, most communists have resorted to carrying out their terrorism individually. If their growing national movement, watered by the failure of reformist conservative liberalism, attains government power, there can be no doubt that this terrorism will be government-sponsored, generalized, and made normative. With this in mind, and with the lives of all those lost to communism in the 20th century up until this very day in our hearts, patriotic forces must renounce the liberal fetishization of free speech and advocate, enforce, and fight for no platform for communists in our towns, cities, and states. Enough is enough. Communism is based on an illegal conspiracy to murder and oppress the American people, to bring terror and horror to every neighborhood. Those countries that have already suffered the most under communism, Romania, Germany, and others, already have laws restricting the free speech of communists. As Americans, we know the fight against communist speech is only the beginning of the struggle. The true and final answer to the problem of communism can be seen in the national response to Operation Metro Surge. People of all religions, all identities across our differences, must build a movement that supports Americans and actively dissolves the boundaries communist movements seek to create. Already, Turning Point USA, whose founder was assassinated last September, has begun a fundraising campaign to support the victims of crimes by illegal immigrants. As it was before, so it must be again. During the 19th century, people from all across the world, across ideology, religion, race, and nationality, came together to destroy anti-nationalist forces. In the United States, a diverse collection of all the American people, men, women, English, Irish, French, Africans, threw down the secessionist barbarity that claimed the lives of 1 million Americans. I carry the flag and lessons of that first generation of patriots, and the memories of every individual killed in Minnesota towards the end of destroying all platforms for anti-nationalists and securing a country based on equality, respect, safety, and dignity, with health care, housing, jobs, and education for all. To create, in opposition to the corrupt progressive claim to support working-class values, an authentic working-class movement that makes solidarity, diversity, and camaraderie between all people its core.